Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the Man Cave Studios. All right, well, I got the 90 F-22, I got the 80 F-22, I got the 70mm F-22, but the one I don't have is the 64mm F-22, so need to complete the collection. And sometime the next 4 weeks, we'll take all 4 of them to the field and do a comparison. But for right now, we're going to unbox and assemble the FREEWING F-22 64mm. Alrighty, just came in today, and let's take her out of the box. Let's put this puppy together. This is their version 2. Now they've had this several. Now I had the original version 1 of their F-22 back that could run on 3S or 4S, and when I really just first started doing anything with EDFs, and I flew the dog mess out of that, and I ended up selling it. Missed it, as I usually do. And then I said, well, you know, one of these days, if they ever come out with a new version, I'll get one. Well, then I got further into the EDF journey, and I got all the other F-22s, and then they've had this one out a couple of times, and I'm like, you know what, I want that. So, and I'm not sponsored by Motion RC whatsoever, given how much I pay them, though. They ought to. But yeah. But this is something I've never seen before. I've opened up an F-22, a product, and a canopy is sitting loose in there. It was just sitting down there like that. I've never seen that. So everything else is still in little baggies. So let's take it out of the box. But still, everything's protected. I've just never seen that sitting loose. It doesn't appear to have any kind of damage or anything. So, okay. Keep our fingers crossed. All right, you got your little baggie of the screws and the push rods. Got your main landing gear. Then we've got nose gears already attached. All right. Fuselage there. Be nice if the thing had working rudders, but it doesn't. Now here's something I've noticed. You look right there where the channel where the wing spar goes. Make sure you, like that one, that's cleaned out. This one's got some little bit of foam debris there. Make sure that's cleaned out there. This doesn't have the plastic cladding around the front, but that's okay. Around the air inlets. I thought this was supposed to have an in-runner, and instead it has an outrunner, which I think is strange. I thought it had an in-runner. Huh. Okay, everything else is like that. I thought it had an in-runner. Okay. No, I did. I thought it had an in-runner. It's got reverse thrust, so that's fine. Got the first wing. Nice mechanical hinges there. It's got a pinch hinge, but it's got actual nylon hinges also, so that's good. That just seems strange to me. This was already like that. That's usually not the case. All right, then you got your 2 elevator halves. Then you got your two. Now see, they took the time to put protection between the two rudders that are non-functional and put them in a bag, but the two wings were just sitting on top of each other. That something's a little fishy there. That doesn't seem right to me. Alrighty, let's get everything together and we'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, it's a pretty small, and then that's right, it is an outrunner. I thought it was an inrunner, but it is an outrunner. It's their new generation of outrunners, and how the thing was packed was just fine. There's absolutely zero damage to anything. Well, let's go ahead and start with our rudders. Okay, in your bag, the screws, you're going to have okay, I have these 4 screws. Okay, what you're going to want is the top bag here, the 2 single screws. Everything's a Phillips head. Let's go ahead and open that up. Let me go ahead and get you centered here a little bit. Go ahead and open that up. Okay, so those 2 screws. Okay, turn your, this would be good to have a plane stand here. Take your model. Okay, get you positioned a little bit better. Turn your model over. Actually, what you can do is go ahead and take each of your rudders and go ahead and install them. They'll just pressure fit in. The rudder part goes towards the rear. Like that. Grab the other one. Okay. It's pretty obvious how they go. Okay, just put them in. Turn your model over. They should stay, just hang in there. Okay. Okay, work on this rudder here. Grab one of them screws, Phillips head screwdriver. Preferably one's magnetic. Let me get a little bit, one's got a little more bite to it. Okay. Okay. That's in there. Okay. Take the other one. Support it. Let me turn this to where I can feel like I've got better leverage there. Okay, those feel like has a kind of obvious bottoming out point. All right, those are in there. Now, while we're here, we're going to go ahead and install our wings. Now, remember I showed you about that one hole there? Just take your screwdriver, pull that out. Okay, make sure that's cleaned out. Pull out your wire. This is where we're going to install the wings now. Take the appropriate wing. That's not the appropriate wing. Okay. We're going to line wing spar up there. But first, we're going to hook up our servo. And this is important. Always, polarity is always the same. Light to light, dark to dark. The brown wire goes to brown wire. If it's a black wire, it goes to a black wire. Kind of see, you can feel it kind of pop in. So brown, red to red, yellow to yellow, or if you have the different kind of servo, you may have white. So white is always going to, the rule will always be light to light, dark to dark. Okay, let's go ahead and fish that in. Make sure that these wires just feed right in there. Don't make sure nothing gets pinched, and the wing just slides right on. It's got a little obvious how it goes. And now you're going to want, in your baggie of screws, you're going to want the largest screws. Okay, let's go ahead and open those up. Drop them in my magnetic tray. Okay, take my, where's the other Phillips? There it is. Take this Phillips head screwdriver. As you can see how the little wheels or little holes there aren't quite lining up just right? Here's a little trick. I'm going to push on this one, and that kind of lines up a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to drop my screw in there. I'm going to support it with my hand from the other side. Until that's nice, almost completely tight. And then I'll use this side as a pivot point to push this side in. And you can do it either way. All right, that one's started, so now I'll finish tightening this one here. I'm sorry if I got my elbow in your face there. Okay. Same thing, I'm going to tighten this one up, supporting the underside with my hand. Okay, and that has a very obvious stopping point, and that wing is on there. So let's go ahead, repeat the process to this side here. Okay, pull my wire out. Okay, get my wing spar kind of started, and hook up my polarity. Now, if I hooked it up wrong, this servo won't work, and you'll think, oh, my wing and my stupid model is broken. No, you didn't hook it up right. Light to light, dark to dark. Just get that rule burned into your brain. Light to light, dark to dark. Feeding that in there, making sure it's good and seated, and it is. Okay, and feed that puppy in there. All right, now the last two of these screws, go ahead. Get that one almost completely tight. And then we're going to go ahead and take this last screw, using that point as a pivot, squeeze this one in with my thumb, get it good and started, and then drive it on home the rest of the way. Has an obvious stopping point, like I said. Okay, now, pair of nose gear is already hooked up, so while we got this upside down here, pay our attention to our gear. Now see, we're working our way through our screw bag, okay? We still have these 4 larger screws and 2 tiny screws. Process of elimination. All right, grab all 4 pieces of your gear assembly, okay? If I can get a hold of them. If you look, it's labeled, you got an R, you got an L, okay? FBI calls that a clue. All right, this one's got the L on it. And the way this gear is going to work, okay, this is going to go in here like this, with this part, the pointy part, going to the rear of the airplane, okay? So therefore, that means this one's going to go in here like this one, like that, okay? So, I'm going to take these 2 pieces and see how that should fit together should all fit in there like that. Wait a minute, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Should snap into place. Oh, Is that the left? Yeah, that's left. Okay, so it goes this way. Put your model underneath there. That should pop into place. Okay? Do the same thing over here. A little tab there. Rides right inside of there. Okay. Should just put your hand right there. And it should all just kind of pop into place. Alright? Now, go ahead and get your 4 screws out. Put them in your little magnetic tray, which I'm going to tell y'all folks, get these little magnetic trays. You get them at Home Depot or wherever. They're just lifesavers. They really are. Alright, you got your 2 screw holes there. Take your magnetic screwdriver. Nice and snug. Nice and snug. Has an obvious stopping point. Just finger tight. Once you get down to the bottom, it all went bottoms out, just finger tight with the top of your fingers. There we go. All right. Now, process of elimination, we have these last 2 screws, and they have flat ends on them, but they're Phillips head screwdrivers. Kind of hard for you to see, I can tell, but okay. So, we're going to attach our elevator halves, but we're not going to hook them up. We're just going to attach them. Okay, grab my magnetic tray. I don't want to attach them until I've got the servo to the radio, or until I got the plane bound up. Okay, this side that has the control arm goes to the bottom. Okay, look at that. See that channel right there? Channel. Okay. When that goes in, the bottom, that screw has a flat surface on the end of it there. You can kind of see it has a flat surface. That's going to ride in that channel. Okay. So let me go ahead, take my magnetic screwdriver. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get that started, or try to anyways. At least get it in there. Okay. If you got this sitting flush, it should line up with that channel. Okay, now I can tell it's in there. I got too tight though. You want to be able to move freely. Alright, right there is good. Okay. And that is not going to come out of there. Go ahead and take, this is why I like magnetic. Take the other screwdriver, or the other screw, here. Go ahead and get it started. Maybe. Boy, it's hanging out. Uh-oh, there's some foam in that channel. That would have caused problems. Hold that in place. There we go. Those are not going to come out of there. Just a small amount of resistance. Okay. Basically enough where you can move them, but they would kind of hold their position. That's just enough to hold them in spot. That's all you need. All right. We're not going to hook up our elevators but we are going to go ahead and put the push rods in. Okay, and let them dangle. Feed them in there like that in the outermost hole. I want the maximum amount of throw available. Okay, I'm going to let them hang there. Okay, and then they're not going to go anywhere. They might just dangle. That's the basic unbox assembly of the FREEWING F-22 64mm version 2. Thank you so much for watching. God bless each and every one of y'all. We'll see you out the field. We're going to have to do a maiden for this thing really soon, and then eventually in the next 3 or 4 weeks I'll take all 4 of the F-22s and we'll just kind of do a side by side.